Shabbos, to a story for Parshat Pinchas. Many years ago, there was Rabbi Baruch Mezhevitz, and he would travel around from place to place. And on one of his travels, he saw that a certain family, it was like a very, very nice family, had a girl who was around the same age as his son. They started talking and they realized they were perfect for each other. They're both looking to get married. It would be a perfect match, a perfect shidduch. And they arranged arrangements, the kids met each other, they got engaged. And Mazel Tov, the son and daughter are engaged. And right afterwards, people started talking to him, saying, I'm not so sure about this. He's expecting them to say Mazel Tov, and they're saying, not so sure it's a good idea. And he decided to push this a little bit further. He says, why don't you think this is a good idea? Why don't you think we should go along with this wedding? And one of them finally got the courage to say, well, this family, you're very special, Rabbi. You're a very special family. This family is not, right? You can't marry into this family. You can't, it's not a good fit. I said, why? What's wrong with them? They seem very, very nice. They welcomed me into my home. They fed me, have lots of orchim. They were tremendous. They're great. So you don't understand. A few years ago, there was an incident with the father. What was the incident? It used to be when somebody did something wrong, one of the punishments potentially was they would be dragged around by a wagon and people would throw things at them to make sure they would never do it again. Totally embarrass them. This person did something so wrong that he got that punishment. Everyone, he was the laughingstock of the town. He was completely embarrassed. They're throwing mud on him, they're making fun of him, calling him names. This person, he obviously deserved it. If he got such a thing, you can't interact, you can't become one with this family. You can't marry into this. It doesn't work. I don't believe you. What do you mean you don't believe me? It happened. We all saw it. It's like, why? I believe that it happened. I don't believe that this guy's so bad. I have a really good nose. I looked into them. They seem like very nice people. Can't be. And they're all trying to convince him, just no, the right thing to do. Our children are perfect for each other. Mazel tov, they're going to get married. So as he's in the town, a day or two later, he meets the Rebbitzin of the Or HaMeir. The Rabbi of Ziddimer, and they were a no for everything in the community. It was behind the scenes, what was really going on. He asked the Rebbitzin, the Rebbe had passed away, but his wife was still alive. She asked, what's the deal with this family? It's a very special family. It's very true. Everyone's saying that he was laughingstock. He's such a bad person. He was dragged around, embarrassed. She said, it's true. He was dragged around. And he was embarrassed. And at the time that was happening, my husband said, see this man? He's innocent. They're framing him. They're saying he did something that he didn't really do. And he's not even telling the person who really did it. He's not trying to get someone else embarrassed. Such a person standing up for what's right. Maybe there wasn't even a crime in the first place. Standing up for what's right. A tzaddik is going to come and their children are going to get married. So Baruch said, I'm very glad that I stood up and did what was right. To have the zechut, to marry in to this kind of family. In our Parsha, Pinchas goes very against what was popular and stands up for what is right. In an action that was just extreme, he stands up and says, this is the right thing to do, this is what I'm going to do. And everyone might have been trying to get him to not do that, saying this is a bad idea. He said, no, this is the right thing to do, this is what I'm going to do. And out of that, he gets the zechut of the bris shalom. He has a special relationship with Hashem that's full of shalom. He gets to be a Kohen, even though he wasn't really supposed to be. In our lives, we sometimes see situations where it seems like everyone is doing one thing, but it might not be the right thing to do. But it's hard for us then to do the right thing because everyone's doing it. We learn from Pinchas, we learn from Rabbi Baruch, because no matter what, even if it's not popular, even if it's not what everyone else is doing, you have to stand up for what is right. The bris shalom, real shalom, peace comes from the world when we do that, when we stand up for what's right, do the right thing, even if it's not the most popular thing in the world. Shabbos.